For more from Kyiv is CBS News reporter Haley Ott. Hi, Haley. So as you just heard, President Zelensky says he wants sanctions on Russia to be listed before a possible invasion of Ukraine. He wants them as a deterrent. What is his reasoning?
Well, the point the President Zelensky made today in Munich is one that I've heard echoed by numerous people that I've spoken to here in Kyiv during my reporting on this story. People that I speak to here say that they want a response now to Russia's buildup of troops on the Ukrainian border, because that buildup in and of itself is inflicting damage on the Ukrainian economy. There's a huge amount of foreign investment in this country that's being pulled out because of this crisis, let alone things like tourism. Flights have been canceled. So people here don't want Russia to be allowed to take this kind of action and damage the Ukrainian economy in the way that it has been damaged. That's the point that President Zelensky made today, and that's certainly something that I've heard echoed here on the ground by people that I've spoken to in Kyiv.
I mean, seeing that video of President Zelensky speaking, there's certainly an urgency to his voice that we haven't quite heard before, nor from the Ukrainian people. So tell us about how that has changed, how this sense of urgency has changed among Ukrainians where you are, given the latest developments in the Donbass region.
There has been an uptick in violence, in shelling. The Ukrainian military said that 2 of its forces were killed in eastern Ukraine today. 4 people were injured. That said, people here in the capital city were resolute, it seemed, when I spoke to them, about not letting this crisis affect their day-to-day lives. I talked to people going to work on a Saturday, delivering groceries, getting their nails done. People were out on the streets, and they were just living their lives as normal, because they say one way that Russia could hurt them would be by if they responded to this crisis. They said that they're used to dealing with Russia, they're used to these kinds of threats, and they're going to wait until an invasion actually happens, if it does, before they respond. That said, some of my colleagues were at the Polish border earlier, where people definitely have made moves to protect their families potentially in case there is an invasion. They're staying there for the time being because they think if there's some sort of violence, they could cross the border more easily. So people are adjusting their lives because of the threat of violence. But it's definitely a deliberate thing that a lot of people that I've spoken to are doing, which is saying we are living our lives as normal, we are proceeding as normal, because that is how we can show our own strength.
All right. Well, Haley Ott in Kyiv, thank you so much.